Welcome back, gang. Now that we have a notification set up for the posts, what I want to do is create events and an event and listener for it. And the reason for that is if this was a much bigger package, a much bigger app that we were creating, then every time you would send something, let's say hitting the database, and you want a user to get an immediate response, it takes like 5 or 6 seconds for it to go through, and that's just a really long time while you're sitting there to wait for some kind of response or acknowledgement that what you've done has already worked or has gone through in any way. So we're going to fix that today with the event and listener. So this is how I do it. And there are several different ways you can go about it, but you go to app providers, event service provider, and in this listen mapping, you can go ahead and create a new one. Okay, now this one that's already here, we don't have it activated, but what it does is when a user registers, it sends an email verification notification. Okay, and that would be, it would send them a notification to let them know that they've registered. You can add some sort of welcome message in an email or however you want to set that up. So this is what this first one does. It's already in there for us, but we're not going to be using that one. Okay, so the one we are going to create today, it's going to be called, let's see, we're first going to add app events someone posted event. Okay, so this is just gonna, at the end of the day, create a new folder for us, and it's gonna attach the event to that folder or put it inside that folder. And here we're gonna have class equals, and then we'll open up some brackets. Now we're just going to be using this one for one, but you can add any number of listeners to go into effect once this event is triggered. Okay, but we're only going to be using it for one. So the one we're going to use is called app listeners someone posted listener. Listener class. Okay, so we're going to create these now. Okay, this is going to create another folder called listeners, and it's going to have a list of our listeners, one of them being someone posted listener. Okay, so let's go into a new terminal, and then to get these going, we're going to go PHP artisan event generate, enter, and this is going to build both the event and the listener for us. Okay, so let's close this one up, and now you can see we have a folder for events and a folder for listeners. Let's open events. Okay, and now we can go into the first event and open that up. So in the construct method, we are going to be passing the user variable from the controller. Okay, so we want to do user, and then this user equals user. Okay, and that's all we need from this listener. One more thing, we do have to bring that user in, so public user. Okay, now we can go to the listener, and in the handle method, as you can see, it already brought in that someone posted event that we just worked on. Okay, so in here we're going to grab the function from the post controller. Okay, so this was the notification, so we'll just copy that for now. So copy, go back to our listener, and we'll add that here. Okay, so now because we're pulling in an event, we need to now change this to event user notify. Someone posted, and then in here we just need to have auth user. Okay, so let's be sure to import this. Okay, so now in the controller, we are going to comment this out for now, just so that we can make sure it works. And then we'll put event new someone posted event, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the user in, and then auth user. Okay, so let's go ahead and import that. Okay, it already came in. So let's go refresh and make sure that this still works. So refresh. And now we'll go test post. Okay, so it works. And we got test. And we should also have the email. Okay, so that works. We are gonna eventually set this up as a queue. I just wanted to set it up now as a queuable. I just wanted to set it up now so that we would have it set and it's easy to do. Okay, so now we can get rid of this line, and we'll scroll up and get rid of the notification import from there because we don't need it anymore. And then we can close service provider. We can close all of these. Okay, and close this up. So the next thing I want to do now is, if you go back to the Laravel documentation and go to the notifications and the database notifications, what we want to do is, when a user sends a post and the other user receives the notification, we want a way of displaying it up here. So that means that we're going to have to be able to send it to the database. Okay, and the way to do that is using this process right here. So we're going to copy the notifications table. We're going to create a notifications table with this command. So we'll come back to the text editor. We'll run that. And once that's done, we can go to database, migrations, and now we have a new database, a new table in the database called notifications. And this is going to hold our notifications with all the information that it needs. So we don't have to change anything in here. This is perfectly fine the way it is, but we do need to migrate it. So we'll do PHP artisan migrate. And then once that's done, we will press enter and we will let the migration run. Okay, cool. So we can close this now, and we'll close out the rest of these, and we'll go to our database and make sure that that's in there. Okay, cool. So there it is. You can open it up and there's nothing in there. Okay, so let's start working back in the text editor. In order to send information to the database, we're going to have to go to the notification, the someone posted notification, and send in some information from here. Okay, so in this via method function, we need to add database. And what this will do will include it in the list of notifiables. Okay, so now we can go down to this toArray method. Okay, and what this does is it allows you to inject any information that you want to be accessible from the database. Now, we are going to be using multiple methods of doing that, including the database and the broadcast. So we can keep this one, it's fine. But if we were just going to do database, then we can just also change this to database. And the documentation has a lot of information on how to deal with these as well. So if you were looking to maybe make a Slack notification or anything like that, just look at the documentation and it will give you more info on that. But we're just going to be using toArray. Okay. And that'll work for what we need to do. We are going to be using broadcast notifications and database notifications too. So what we're going to do here is we're going to return info, and then we're going to make an array in here. Okay, so we need some brackets. Open that up. The first one is going to be message. Okay, and in this message, we're going to put this user username dot. We're going to open up some parentheses, and actually we can put that closer and then just add an extra space in the parentheses, and we'll say has posted on your timeline, period. Okay, then we'll add a comma, and the next one we're going to put is link, and that's going to equal route dashboard index, comma. So it'll just be a link back to our dashboard page. Okay, so the next thing we need is avatar, and that's going to equal this user profile photo URL, comma, and then the next we're going to put is sent, and we're just going to give this a carbon date, carbon now. Okay, comma, and we do need to import this carbon. Okay, so let's see if this works. We don't have a notification yet, but we'll hopefully get that working now. So we'll refresh. And then in here, we'll just type notification. Post. Okay, so we got the toast, we got the post, and now let's refresh our notification table and see if it's there. Okay, cool, it is. And see, now you see the type, the notification type is someone posted. You see the notifiable type, which is from the user model, the notifiable ID, and the info. Okay, and we're going to be using this info in the actual, when we get ready to do this in here, with the bell, we'll be able to display that. Okay, and it also has a read at time, which we'll work on as well, and a created and an updated at. Okay, so now let's go back into our text editor, and then we can close this out, and then we can close this out. So let's just shrink all that for now. What we want to do now is create a bell, a notification bell, and it's going to be a button, so that when we click it, it will have a little drop down menu here with the list of our notifications. Okay, so we need to go to app layout. So app layout, and in here, under this settings drop down with the jet drop down components, we're gonna just copy and paste this for right now. Okay, we can take out all of this stuff that's in here in the content. And then let's see, we can take this button out. We don't need it. And then we'll just start a new button here. Okay, so let's move this down so we don't get confused. Okay, so in here the width is going to be 96, And in the trigger, we're going to have a button. And this button is going to have a class of margin top 1 and a class of focus outline none. Okay, we'll open that up. And then we're going to have a div with the classes of flex, class of ML2, and we're going to make it relative. Okay, so now we need to add the icon. Okay, I've already copied it, but we need to paste it in the components icon file, and we can go down to the bottom. Okay, we have a lot of them, and we'll just paste it here. Okay, so this is the bell icon. Now, to bring it up, I'm going to copy it. We're going to go back to the app layout, and then we're going to paste it right in here. So let's see if that's going to display for us. We'll go back to the web browser, we'll refresh, and there it is. So now, in order to see that notification, we first need to log in as this user, this Boger's profile. So I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to log in as that user, and then we'll continue working in from there. Okay, so be right back. And we're back. So now we are currently logged in as the previous user's friend, and you can see our notification, we see it just fine in here. So one thing I would like to take care of first is have a badge for this bell. So if we go back to our text editor and we go right under this icon, okay, I'm going to add a template, okay, and then I'm going to open that up. In this template, we're going to have a span, and I'm just going to add a bunch of classes in here. Okay, we'll just paste them in. So class equals, and then there we go. And then for now, I'll just put the number 5, that's fine. So now let's go make sure that we have a badge. Refresh. Okay, cool, there it is. So one thing I do want to show you is that if we open up our DevTools, and we open up View, and go to Inertia, we don't actually have any way of knowing what our notifications are, how many we have, or anything like that. There's no actual information on that. So how we can fix that, and in this latest version, or at least the current version that we're using for this project, okay, if we go to, where is it, app, HTTP, TP, middleware, there's a new class in here. And what this does is it handles all of the inertia requests. Okay, so basically anything that you want to share with your front end through inertia, you can put in here, which means that we can now put certain information in there. So let's try it out. So one of the ones we're going to use is auth. Okay, and this is going to equal a function, and we'll open that up, and we're going to have user equals auth user. Okay, so then we're going to return user if if it is the authenticated user, we're going to return that user with these props. So we're going to add notifications equals user notifications, comma. And if not, then we'll return null. Okay, so let's try this out and see if we get that property. So we'll refresh our browser. Okay, and we'll click Inertia again. We go down to initial page, props, and now we have this auth property. We open that up, and there is our notification, okay, with all the information that we need for the front end to be able to display. Now, another cool thing is we can do is now go to the user model. While we're here, we'll do this. We'll go to the user model. And now we can actually take out this eager loaded relationship. We don't have to have it in there. Okay, we can put it in here. So now above notifications, we'll just say profile equals user profile, comma. Okay, now it will break. So let's go and see how it breaks, because we need to change some things in here that are pointing to the user profile. Okay, so it should be good on this page. But if we were to go to, we'll go up here, we'll click that, and we'll go to the profile. This is the profile that comes with Laravel. We set this up early on. So if we go to our console, we'll see what the errors are. Okay, so it's not picking up that user anymore. So what we need to do is where we changed what's coming from the profile, which is, for our purposes now, it's just the gender. We need to fix that. So we're going to go to profile information. So it is in profile, pages, profile, and then it's update profile information, and we're going to change this field right here. So now it's going to be this $page props auth profile gender. Okay, so let's give that a go and see if it works now. Hopefully we'll be able to get rid of these errors in one go. I refresh, and cool, we got our profile back, we got our gender back, and all should be good. Okay, so now let's continue on with these notifications. So we can close the update profile. We can close the user model now. We can close the icon. And the other things that we can put here are red notifications and user red notifications and unread notifications, and that's going to equal user unread notifications. Okay, let's go ahead, refresh, and make sure that we're getting those other two properties. So refresh, and we'll open up view. Okay, so we'll go to Inertia, initial props, auth, notifications. We've got unread and read. Fantastic. So now we can close this up and head back to the text editor. So now we can close this up. And if we come down to our data section, we can pass in these properties. So unread notifications equals this page props off unread notifications. And then we'll do the same for the other two. So copy, paste. Ooh. Copy, paste, paste. So we'll do read notifications, and then notifications. Okay, so now up here where we have the, where is it? Where we have this 5. Now we can add v if well, let's leave that. We'll just do notifications dot length. So now the badge should have this number. Okay, we'll go ahead, we'll refresh. Cool. So now we're having the correct number displayed. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there for today, gang. We are gonna finish working on this in the next episode and be able to get it to click and have the drop down menu. Okay, so I'm gonna push all this code up to GitHub. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.